Tulsa. People making a difference in the Tulsa community. Welcome to Tulsa, the show that talks about Tulsa. People making a difference in the Tulsa community. Special guest interviews, spotlighting local businesses to covering important issues within the community no one else is talking about. The hot topics and more. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to World One Development's News You Can Use with your hosts, Mr. Charles Harper and Ms. Damali Wilson.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to World One Development's News You Can Use. We want to thank everyone for either watching us on Facebook Live and on www.KBOB899.com or tuning into any of the News You Can Use media networks, which are powered by World One Development. We really appreciate that. I am your hostess with the mostest, Miss Damali Wilson.
And I'm Charles Harper. It's Wednesday, a.k.a. Hump Day, October 4th. 2023, and we are live every Wednesday at 1 p.m. right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use Media Network, powered by World One Development. We are set for an exciting show, you guys. You better call your mom and them and tell them you can dial in at 918-856-3873 or post your comments on our Facebook Live feed at World One Development.
On today's show, the police report with Lieutenant DeLauren Sanders. The topic of conversation, the Tulsa State Fair. It's happening right now and what you need to know before you attend.
Yep. Also live in studio, Franchelle Abdallah. Here's the details about the community convening taking place, where the truths about the Evans Fenton Development Project being taken away from Be Good Development.
And of course, our Hump Day hot topics, which are Tupac Shakur's murderer was arrested last week, 27 years after his death. The federal government will be calling you later today, find out why, and cell phones in schools. What advice should the U.S. take from England? Birthdays and more.
This is News You Can Use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use Media Network, powered by World One Development. We'll be right back, you guys.
The community. At the event center, you can rent space for weddings, birthday parties, receptions, concerts, Greek events, quinceañeras, and much more. We also do custom decor, linen, and centerpieces. We're located at 1125 East 36th Street North. To book your next special event, business gathering, or community event, call us at 918-200-9046.
Fitting Back In is a reintegration program designed to help those released from prison to fit back into the community as productive, valuable members of society. They help schedule various classes such as anger management, substance abuse, and mental health. They also work with different programs in the community to provide job training. If you or someone you know needs help with resources in career development, employment, or housing, to find out more information, call 918-592-3500 or stop by 2121 North Harvard Avenue, Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. This is News You Can Use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use Media Network, powered by World One Development.
And we are back. So News You Can Use is all about shedding some positive light on the happenings in our community. There are many great businesses, programs, and events occurring in our neighborhood, and we felt the community needed to hear about those things, one, so we can support, and two, so we can be informed.
Yep. What's going on, y'all? I'm Charles Harper, Chief Executive Officer of World One Development, which includes Fitting Back In, EduRec Youth and Family Fun Center, 36th Street North Event Center, and Oklahoma Community Support Coalition. My job, because the world wants to know, is to provide leadership for all aspects of World One Development with an emphasis on long-term goals, growth, profits, and a return on that investment. And I am so excited and I am so elated to be one of the creators of this phenomenal show.
And I'm Damali Wilson, Chief Operating Officer for World One Development. And my job is designing and implementing business operations and establishing policies that promote company culture and vision. I am also in charge of social media for all of the World One Development entities. If you would like to advertise your business or organization on this show or any of our other individual platforms, please inbox me your contact information on Facebook Messenger so we can talk. I am also happy and elated to be one of the creators of this show.
Damali, what's going on in the town?
Man, what is up with this rain? What is trying to happen out here?
I ain't tripping on the rain. You know what I mean? It lets me know fall must be either here now or right around the corner.
Right around the corner for sure. But you know what? I'm not even surprised because it's fair time. Every time it's fair time, the rain gonna show up at least one day.
At least one day.
At least one day.
The good thing, the weather has been good up to this point, and I think it's supposed to get out of here a little bit later.
Thank goodness.
For all you fair goers, just hang on a little bit. I think by 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, all this stuff's supposed to blow out of here. It is hump day.
Yeah.
So people are out and about. So drive to arrive alive.
Yes.
Be nice to your people.
Yes.
Your mom and them. And all that. You know what? I said that because, man, there's been a lot of good vibes, a lot of good energy in Tulsa, man.
Right.
Lately. And I know we're going to get to a lot of
going on.
We got a lot of people on the live. I'm going to give them a shout out in a minute. But what we got going on?
So before we get started, I want to go ahead and mention this. This is actually supposed to be in our Hump Day Hot Topics, but because the time is going to expire, we're going to jump to it first. Here in a little bit, in about 10 or 15 minutes, everybody is going to be receiving an alert on your phones and on your television. And so we were going to talk about it, but we're just going to jump up here really quick. The federal government is going to conduct today at 1:20 Central Standard Time. So if you are in Tulsa, 1:20. If you are in Eastern Time, it's 2:20. They're going to be conducting a test of its emergency alert system and wireless emergency system. Basically, what that is your phone is going to go off and it's going to make all this godforsaken racket noise. And you're going to be like, what is going on? There's nothing happening. They're just testing the system. So in case of a national emergency, then that is where you would receive information about what you need to do and what city officials, federal officials want you to do.
I think people's assumption is going to be it's the Amber Alert.
You know what?
I've been in some places and
then everybody's phone just starts going nuts.
And I'll take off running. I'll be already in my car about to start. I ain't taking no chances. They be like, Charlie,
where are you going?
It might be a different sound though.
It might be a different sound.
So we're gonna see at 1:20.
We got about 14 minutes.
Yeah. So right at the beginning of our show here, it's gonna happen. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen.
Hey guys, guess what else it is?
What is it?
It's the first of the month.
It's the first of the month.
No, can we give a shout out to Crazy Bone? He was in the hospital for 9 days straight.
Right.
Said he fought for his life and he appreciates all the prayers from everyone. I don't know what it was. It may have been a COVID scare, may have been pneumonia. Ain't no telling, but he said he was fighting for his life.
Well,
that's the latest on the hip hop news there.
Thank God he's doing okay.
He is doing great.
Yeah. So Rebuilding Black Wall Street, episode 1, the watch party.
It went down.
Man, we had a blast. So much so that people were like, we were sold out.
It was sold out. And here's the ticket. What's so crazy. And that's what I love about the community. Shout out to everybody that came over because it was north, south, east, west, some out of towners, all ages. But Damali and I put that on Eventbrite at 8. By 9 o'clock, it was gone.
Yes.
So we had to reopen it back up
and add more folks.
Yeah, and JB came in and he rolled the red carpet out like he was bowling. He was running and he just rolled the red carpet from the front door all the way down there to the light. So
everybody was suited and booted in there, and they really loved the red carpet thing.
It was amazing. We had a blast.
I think Tulsa really appreciated that.
Yes. And and I appreciate everybody who pulled out their phones, because the rule was you come to the watch party because we had great food. Shout out to Max Wings.
Hey,
they did that thing over there.
Sure did.
And so we had great food and everything, but the deal was everybody had to pull out their phones. They had to download the app and go ahead and watch it on their phones as well, so that we can get those numbers. And everybody did that. It was no problem. We watched the show together as a family. It was amazing. Had some commentary afterwards. So just shout out to everybody who participated. You made it a great event, and we are so thankful for that. So don't forget that you need to watch this coming Friday.
This week, episode
Friday. 2.
I gotta give a big smooth because we was like, Lord, let this thing show all the way through.
Right.
Technology is something.
It is.
And we like people eating the wings and they got their little drinks and and the popcorn is going everywhere.
Yep.
And I said, if you hit play and this thing slow down, I mean, you gotta check your back. How many times you been at a funeral and you sitting there for 15 minutes, click, click, no mic. So shout out to JB, shout out to Wesley Martin that came down. Came to work the red carpet, and shout out to all of our staff, Angie, April, Carl, and the crew over there, your mom, and all of them. It was a beautiful thing. Yes.
So I think that we are probably going to host the next watch party for episodes 4 and 5.
Right.
Because those are going to be episodes that we are actually on. We want to be fair to the other folks who are actually in this production. So we don't want to hog up every watch party.
This was the premiere. Say premiere, JB.
Premiere.
See that? Automatic system.
Yeah.
It was a premiere, so we want to do that because
it was epic too.
It was
crazy.
What do you say to the people who don't understand the show, Charles? I mean, what do you say?
You know what? What I'm gonna say is that it's a lot of things happening in North Tulsa. I'm gonna say this is just shining a bright light on it, illuminating what's already going on. And to Matika Collins, shout out to her, man, because guess what? She's not an actress.
Right.
This is not what she do for a living.
Right.
But everybody all across the globe has been giving her big kudos for her company and what's going on. So I think that that's gonna bring that revenue in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this show is
stage.
really like HGTV meets history.
Right.
No, on Greenwood.
On Greenwood.
Yeah.
Right.
On Black History.
Yeah. So
at the epicenter of Black history.
So that's what you can expect. So if you're not a huge HGTV buff like I am,
and it's black folks.
It's black folks. But if you are not, then you may not like that component of it, but you're gonna love the components of the history of Black Wall Street, where we are, the statistics that are being put out there about what's happening in community. You're gonna love that part. You know.
Let me say this, Damali. I just want to say shout out to Oprah Winfrey.
Yes.
Shout out to Morris Chestnut. Shout out to Ricardo. Sunwise Media.
Yeah.
You know what I'm big on?
Kara.
One word.
What's that?
Building.
Yes.
Building.
Because if you're building, you're doing something.
You're doing something.
You've got some forward progress there, some motion.
I'll say this to Molly and I'll move on. But to me, different than the LeBron James documentary and the History Channels and Russell Westbrook, to me, this one felt better, a little bit more intimate. I feel like they were showing up everywhere, you know, connecting with people, sitting down, having a piece of chicken with you, going to Wonder J's. For me, it felt different. What about you?
Yeah, it felt more like community, and it felt like something that could be around long term. It wasn't something that was just for this moment in time, you know. But you know, it's up to us. You know, we've got to support it. We've got to get our family and friends and people we know all across the globe to support it, you know, in order for it to continue. So, you know, big kudos and shout out to everybody that's involved.
Right. So last thing, they reached out to us this morning. The big thing is hashtag rebuilding Black Wall Street.
Yes.
That's the main thing. So anytime you post something, anytime you do something, tag rebuilding Black Wall Street. But that's when the show is on, keep retweet, because it's all about views.
Yeah, all about the numbers.
It's most important.
Big that.
All right, y'all. What y'all think about Coach Prime and the Buffalo?
Man.
Yes.
Coach Prime.
USC.
You know what?
Them boys put in some work. I ain't gonna lie.
That was a great game.
And if they would have started out the game how they started the second half, they would have beat USC.
They would have beat USC. Man, you are absolutely correct.
USC ran out of juice.
Yeah,
they showed it.
They ran out of juice.
Have never seen more progress between 1 week and another week.
Yeah.
When the competition was even greater than the week before.
Yeah.
So Coach Prime, them, you know, I know they're not like, oh, it was a good effort, but at the end of the day, I know when they look at each other, they be like, we did that.
Yeah, we did it. I see you.
They see us coming.
Yeah,
and unfortunately, he was like, I challenged the guys to win the first 2 quarters. Before anything else, we got to go out and win the first 2 quarters in this next game they playing. I don't know who they playing, but I mean, it's another challenger, you know.
Yeah.
Let me say, I can admit this. I don't know who everybody. Okay, everybody know I'm a Razorback fan. Shout out to Arkansas, but let me tell you something. I have not watched Arkansas, OU, OSU, TU. I haven't watched nothing but Colorado football. This season, I haven't looked at. It's weird. I thought about that. What about you, JB? I know you.
I would be upset. I was a little upset. OU is 5-0, and they're not even in the top 10. I'm a little upset about that because I know they're coming. Right. They just gotta, you know.
Hey, I tell you what, they got. What
to respect it? I mean, you know what I'm saying?
It's a Red River shootout. This. Hey, hold on. We sounded like 2 dogs. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hey, every 2.
Where's the respect?
Yeah, I know.
Shout out to 2 dogs.
But what about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys?
What about them boys?
Yeah, man, there you go.
How about them?
What about them boys? They, you know what? That was a blowout.
Man,
when I turned on the game, I was like, "Oh, I ain't even gonna watch this."
Now, Damali, look, it's the Patriots. They not as good as they was when they had Tom Brady and some other elements of their team. Right. So they rebuilding, but the Cowboys look very good.
Yeah.
Defense, and that got to keep putting up scores.
Here's the ticket. When you play against Bill Belichick, I don't care if you got kindergartners out there.
Yeah. Bill is the man.
Ready.
Because Bill Belichick, as long as he's there, because they could have easily landslided Dallas because Bill is going to be most prepared. Yeah. In my mind, he might be the best. So I think what happened is last week, Coach Prime them had lost in a major way. Yeah. Dallas got mollywopped, and everybody was in depression. So the president called and said, Colorado must do better and Dallas must win to get the country.
Right. Back on line. Yeah.
No, that might be a little bit too much, but
all I'm gonna say is, how about them Cowboys?
Look, I know I got some people on the line. Let me get some shout outs.
quick
before
shout
we
out.
move on,
Okay, let's
quick
go.
shout out. Eli Grayson was the first one.
Hey,
on.
brother.
Welcome to the show, my friend. We got something coming up with him.
Yes.
Olene Riley, she said,
Hey,
hello,
sis,
y'all.
how are you?
Pastor Edith Daniel says hi. She's in the
Pastor
building.
Edith.
Leon Flower, that's our partner. He's
Flower,
over
yeah.
there on the red carpet. And Ernestine Broom,
Hey, Miss Broom.
fitting back in
Hey,
royalty.
Leon.
Hey, Mr. Energizer. And the
AJ,
J-Bone
what's
Lounge
happening?
down there in the dirty South. He's in the building with us, y'all. Ernest Lynch, my
Hey,
guy,
hey.
your guy, Michael. Man, them Eagles still flying
Hey,
high.
Michael
That's the
Brewer.
only reason why he on the live is because the Eagles still flying high. Tracy, Manny, Gibbs, Huggy,
Hey,
Boy,
sister.
when they clean.
Oh my
Ooh,
God!
it was
And
clean.
they did an interview. If y'all haven't
Ooh.
seen that video, y'all need to check it out.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Cecil Parker, my friend from St. Louis.
Hey, Cecil.
He's in the building. He said, "What's up, family?" And many, many more. I promise y'all, I'm gonna come back, but we got a loaded show.
AJ says, "What about them Seattle Seahawks?"
Man, Seahawks. Man,
You got everybody here laughing.
Like,
yeah,
whatever.
Seahawks. We okay. Shout out to AJ. His Seahawks won
Yeah.
last night, but we.
Michael Brewer says his Eagles are still undefeated.
Yeah,
And
we're
what that
making
means?
it.
What that means?
Oh, funny.
Jalen Hurts looks good. Okay,
Yeah.
that's all.
That's about it.
All right. So Black History trivia. Are we okay? Now y'all hear in about 4 minutes. Y'all phones is gonna go off. So just know that we still talking about that too.
Alert! Alert!
Black History trivia. Here we go. Who was the first black gymnast to win the individual all around in the 2012 London Olympics? Was it A, Shalise Jones, B, Simone Biles, C, Dominique Dawes, or D, Gabby Douglas? Do I need to read it again?
Yes,
read it
one more
one more
time.
time.
I think I know this.
Gotta get this.
Okay. Who was the first black gymnast to win the individual all around in the 2012 London Olympics? Was it A, Shalise Jones, B, Simone Biles, C, Dominique Dawes, or D, Gabby Douglas?
That was Gabby Douglas.
That's
You know what
Charles?
they say when your
Charles,
name is
Charles?
in there. Go with your name. I'm gonna go with Shalise Jones.
Jones.
I'm like, your name is Shalise? What?
Jones. He going
So
to the last
Charles
show.
Shout out
is
to
gonna
the
say
Joneses.
D.
Keeping up with the Joneses.
JB says what? She's A.
Look, y'all. We got some Eagles fans. Hey,
Because I have no clue who
AJ
real
said
answer
D.
is.
AJ
So he
says
going with me.
AJ says D.
Look, Eda said, "What about those birds?" And then Michael. So with the Eagles fans are here.
Linda Jenkins says D.
Oh, I know I got it right now.
Are you right?
I know whatever she would have said, I would
Yes,
have changed my answer.
You're right.
Yeah, and by the way, we know everybody knows the Cowboys played the 49ers this weekend, so y'all just be cool.
Yeah.
You have somebody call in?
That was Eli.
Oh, okay.
Eli, hit us back, bro. We'd love to hear from you.
All right, so here we go. So we're gonna see at the end of the show what's happening. But you know what today is? It is
That's the sound of the police.
And now it's time for the police report. The police report on News You Can Use with TBD officer and Lieutenant Gloria Sanders.
that was a couple of minutes too early, wasn't it?
A couple of minutes too early, it says this is a test of the National Wireless Emergency Alert System. The purpose of this is to maintain and improve alert and warning capabilities at the federal, state, and local, tribal, and territorial levels, and to evaluate the nation's public alert and warning capabilities. No action is required by the public.
We told y'all it was coming.
Hey,
so
we gave it to you early. That's
gave it
why
to you
you
early.
always tune in. So for everybody that start running and jumping and swerving on the highway,
We tried to tell
you
you.
should have been listening to News You Can Use with
Right.
Charles and Damali, because you too would have known what was going on. But hey,
And that was a serious alert, though.
Yeah, it was.
Can we drop Lieutenant Sanders one more time?
Yeah,
I think
because it
we
kind of
did a
messed up
disservice.
our whole. Yeah, we did a
Yeah.
disservice. Let's try.
This is a radio broadcast. We ain't live in the studio.
That's the sound of the police.
And now it's time for the police report. The police report on News You Can Use with TBD officer and Lieutenant Gloria Sanders.
Much better, much better,
Just
much
like
better.
that. Quick shout out to
Yes.
Dominique Young,
Hey.
my niece. Welcome to the show. Good to see you.
Yes. All right. So the police report with Lieutenant DeLawrence, since he is actually in the building. How are you doing?
I am doing great.
Good to see you. You looking good? Like you ready?
Hey, I am a little tired, but I'm good.
You look tired? You look tired today?
Yes.
Well,
That's
one
all
thing
right.
about it is hump day.
It is.
The fair's going on. It's a lot of activity in the
Yes.
city. And it ain't that. Let me tell you what it really is.
What is that?
That cloud cover, that rain.
That rain.
Yes.
I
Rain to
ain't
do
gonna
you
lie.
in.
I don't know about y'all. It was raining. I just hung one leg out the bed for 15 minutes and fell back to sleep. And I'm like, oh man.
Yeah,
So it's the rain.
It's the rain. Yeah, the rain
the
will
rain.
do you
The rain
in
will get you
every
every
time.
time.
Every time.
But man, a lot of people that don't know, man, Lieutenant Sanders been with us for 3 years.
Mhm.
Man, we've been doing a police report, man, trying to bridge the gap between police and community for 3 years, man.
Yes.
So I just want to say that, man, we appreciate you because
Absolutely.
you've been consistent. You keep us in the know.
Yes.
I'm surprised I've
absolutely.
been here this long.
I know,
know,
right?
just like that.
I know, and we've talked about some great topics, So today, one of those topics is going to be, the Tulsa State Fair is happening. It actually started last Thursday, and it's been going on. And there's a lot of activity, a lot of buzz, going on. Lots of people, people come in from smaller towns to come and participate in the Tulsa State Fair, and so. Have you heard anything, about what the activities are as far as, the mood of the people and kind of what's going on at the fair?
Well, basically, it's been going pretty smooth this year.
Good.
We hadn't had any type of incidents out there like that happened in Oklahoma City.
Man.
But
What happened in Oklahoma City?
somebody had shot a gun off or something.
Oh, wow.
One of the days out there.
Wow.
And that can ruin
Yes.
that
That
can
just
ruin
kills
fair
the
for
whole
at least
thing.
a day
Yeah.
or two.
Yeah, you're definitely not going. Yeah.
But other than that, maybe a little petty theft. That's when people need to secure their cars and stuff like that.
Right.
I know they've been towing cars if you parked in the wrong location.
Mhm.
But for us, disturbances, I haven't heard anything.
The Tulsa County Sheriff is the primary
Yes.
agency on the fairgrounds
Mhm.
property.
Yes,
So
yes.
do you guys work in tandem?
Well, we work with them. They really control what's going on there, but we do certain things out there but we kind of handle the parking and monitor the parking lot, stuff like that. And we have the bomb units out there, walking around with the bomb dogs, make sure nobody's trying to set any kind of traps out or anything like that out there.
Let's do this right here, Damali. In breaking news, Teresa, your sister, my sister, came on and said they did arrest a guy for a gun. Teresa be on deck. We gave her. She has a news you can use microphone. Y'all don't see it all the time.
Correspondent Teresa Elliott.
Yeah, that might happen.
Well, there's been some small incidents out there so far,
that.
but it's very minute,
Which is
and
Compared
nothing
to-
disturbing to the peace of mind that people are supposed to have when they're at the fair.
And we got some nice. The county got some real nice equipment out there where they can see the whole.
Oh, they can see
the
everything.
whole fair. Got,
Yeah.
it's they got some good
They
equipment.
got
out there.
drones, drug sniffing dogs,
Yeah.
bomb
Yeah.
sniffing
Yes.
dogs,
Yes.
drones, dog. Now,
snipers.
look, y'all. I promise y'all, we're gonna get immediately back to the serious stuff. I just want to take a pause because when I think fair, I think food. I can't help it.
Yeah.
I'm listening to what y'all saying. All I'm thinking about is corn dogs,
Yeah.
lemonade, chicken on the stick, deep fried Snicker bars, and all kind of stuff.
Yes.
So look at the Molly's.
You are just too much.
No, I'm just saying corn dog. What
I
is
think chicken delight.
Lieutenant Sanders, your show? What is your food? I know you got some go-tos at the fair now.
Well, I'm always gonna get a corn dog.
That part, okay.
Yo,
What
jump
about
up.
a funnel
Look,
cake?
look,
Ain't
y'all.
nobody on
Hold
funnel
up.
cake?
We can't leave out the live feed.
Okay, what they got?
On the live feed, when y'all go to the fair, whether it's Oklahoma, Arkansas, Texas, Florida, wherever you're from, what is your go-to?
What's
Yeah.
your
At the
favorite
fair.
fair food?
Yeah,
I'm gonna get a funnel cake.
funnel cake
Ooh, got to have a funnel cake.
and a lemonade, good old lemonade. Oh my
Yes.
God.
They do them funnel cakes now. They put a little fruit on it and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. I do that
Add
kind
it
of
on
stuff.
up.
You just sound happy when he said that.
Look,
Dominique said fried green tomatoes.
man, that
Oh
is
my
a winner.
God, yes.
That is a winner. Look, Lieutenant Sanders was sleeping. Now we start talking about that.
Yeah. Like, what we go?
He
Yeah.
said, Mama, I am thinking about that corn dog and that funnel cake though.
I was gonna go today, but it's raining.
Yeah.
Raining. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. JB, what's your go-to?
I tell you
man?
what, you might not be buying is a $30 turkey leg because that's how much they running at the fair this year.
What?
I said, ooh, what's going on with the turkey legs?
Right.
How big are they? Are they like
Yeah.
a jumbo turkey leg?
Normal size.
Pterodactyl turkey leg. What's going on?
It's inflation, I guess. Costs. It's
Eli
up.
says a donut hamburger. Have y'all had the donut
What?
hamburger?
No,
Oh my
we
God.
won't be eating no donut hamburger.
Man, it got cheese and bacon on it.
They got a new truck with the fried curd tacos.
What?
Fried curd, cheese curd.
You know what? I saw on the news that some guy didn't make it for the deadline to be able to get his truck in, and so he's parked across the street, like trying to get people across the street from the fairgrounds.
They actually had that on the news today, and it was a contract where the fair signed an exclusive contract with one vendor to provide supplies for the animals at the barn shows, the livestock shows.
Yeah.
And they did not let a local vendor be a part of the fair because of their exclusive contract with another big company.
Oh, and so that's why he's over there.
And so people are actually leaving the fair to go over there and get their supplies from a local company versus shopping with a national company.
Oh, man.
Damali, check this out. The people on the live feed, we got everybody hungry.
What they talking about?
Corey Green says sausage with peppers.
Okay.
He said that's his go-to.
Oh, yeah, I do that too.
You did that too?
Yeah.
My boy Mario said the Krispy Kreme burger in Dallas.
Oh, no.
And
He said, "Oh no."
The chicken, I don't think anything's beating the chicken delight. It's the pita bread with the chicken and the salad and the ranch.
Yeah, that's good.
It's
Yeah, that's
inside.
good. Yeah.
It's inside the expo.
Oh, it's in there,
Yeah.
man. When we going,
That
y'all?
is the best.
I know.
I'm gonna get back focused, but we
We need a police parking pass.
look. I'm gonna tell you. Here's
Parking is a deal over
Here's
there.
my go-to.
It is a deal. It's a thing.
Here's my go-to, and I'm gone. I don't know what the chicken on the stick,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
a funnel cake,
Yep.
Yeah.
and lemonade, and I'm gonna sit down and let it
And
run
just-
down my arm.
That's
Just
about
a little bit.
$132.
$132.
Yes.
Corn dogs, I'm good. Do you go with the mustard on the corn dog, or do you go ketchup? What you go with on
I
the
go
corn
with the
dog?
mustard.
Mustard. Gotta go
definitely.
mustard.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
go ketchup and mustard.
Well,
I
you
can do that
can,
sometimes.
but yeah, but I'm
You
a
can also
mustard.
dip it in some nacho cheese. It'd be good too.
And I gotta watch them take it straight out the grease.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
From
yeah.
the grease
I don't
Yeah.
want
I'm like,
that
I don't
one.
want that one. That's
Yeah.
it. No.
Yes.
But we just gonna say it's all to me. I think it's always good vibes because traffic over there midtown is ridiculous.
Yes.
It is.
I can tell you that right
It's
now.
cracking.
And now back to the police report.
Just like that. Now that we done all made each other hungry.
Yes.
So Sandra, so a family ready to go out this weekend to the fair. So just what are some of the things that the family and the kids can do to just make sure they stay safe?
What I would do first thing dealing with parking, I would probably go to a shuttle site and ride the shuttle bus over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Instead of going to the parking lot. It's free, and they usually have people in them parking lots at the shuttle sites where you might have a little bit more security for your cars.
Yeah.
But if you do park out there, make sure you secure your vehicle and some people don't like carrying their purses around and stuff.
Right.
Make sure you put it in the trunk or put it somewhere where can't nobody notice because it'll still be people out there trying to burglarize cars.
Right.
It's a great opportunity. There's a lot of it's a lot of cars out there. There's a lot of and it's they're not watching everywhere. Then everybody's always be alert of what's going on.
Right.
Because anything can happen. Don't be afraid to tell somebody if you see something that you don't.
Would you say they're on high alert?
Oh yeah, we always on high. Here lately, we always on high alert, especially when we have crowds like this, because that's just the nature of the times right now. You just don't know what people are going to do.
Right.
If you can, I know some people. If you don't have to drop your kids off there by themselves without adults, don't. But,
I like that.
Yeah, but we know people are, and
And the hoodies. Hoodies.
Yes.
I don't think it's cold enough for hoodies yet, is it?
My daughter wear a hoodie 24/7.
Damali, hold on. So Oline Riley, she said, where are the shuttle sites? Do you know?
I know there are some places that I think they had one at Hill High School. And,
Nathan Hale's always had one.
Yes. It's several spots. I don't know where they all are.
You probably would have to go to the website, the Tulsa State Fair website, and it'll probably list all of the shuttle
I know for
sites.
tractors and trailers, they parking out there by the airport.
Yeah.
So we'll get that, Oline, and
Yeah.
we'll post it on our website so you can share that. Man, I got to just say this. Mario said deep fried Oreos.
Oh wow.
I hadn't heard that. I'll try
I've
one.
seen them before. I've never tried
I
it.
like Oreos. I'm back focused, y'all.
I'm just
I'm
like,
back focused.
how you deep fry Oreo?
Man, they make it happen.
So
They make
one
it happen.
thing you said, so are the shuttles pretty efficient? Meaning, is you like waiting for 30 minutes, or are they running
No,
enough?
they run pretty good. That's what I
good.
usually do when I
You do the shuttle.
Yeah, I
so
do the shuttle instead of parking on the parking.
Right.
And them buses coming in and out.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to wait when it's time to go, they already be rolling up. You just get back on the bus and keep on going.
Look, I was driving, and I think it's always a time of petty crime when it's the fair. Because somebody was walking, they was touching all the door handles.
Yeah.
They were just walking down the street.
Yeah.
So a lot of times you might not get hit if you just can remember. I know you're excited, but double check to make sure you lock your door, especially if you end up with laptops and purses and valuables in your car. Please lock your car door.
And so what is your suggestion, Lieutenant Sanders, about children? And making sure that you're paying attention to your children and making sure that because there's a lot of people out there.
A lot of people, kids everywhere.
Well, you always got to keep eyes on your children. Don't let them run off too far. Especially the little ones. If they're gonna ride something, you need to stay there and watch them ride. And some parents, they let their kids just run everywhere. Y'all meet me over there. But I think you need to stay close to your children.
Yeah.
And your teenagers, give them some strict rules, and so to let them know, to be safe out there, because we still have people out here trying to. We always got to understand we still got people out here trying to do child trafficking and
that's what I was thinking about. Yeah.
And this is a whole different type of crowd out. You got people out there from everywhere.
So that's what I was thinking about that trafficking thing.
Yes.
And I was thinking
we've talked about that several
times,
and that would be an easy target. People who are not watching their kids, and you just snatch the kids up, and then it's out. It's so many people that you're not going to be able to really locate them.
And you're dropping your kids off too. That's not always a good thing in today's climate. You need to know what's going on with your children.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Lieutenant Sanders, and my niece just said it on the live. Why do these kids be wearing hoodies? It's 99 million degrees. The sun is right close to them. Do it throw you off? And kid, what does it even mean? I just think kids just do it. They don't care. They just wear a hoodie.
I'm telling you, my daughter's 26. She just turned 26 on Saturday,
Hoodie Nation.
And she is a hoodie. Listen, if she don't have on a hoodie, I'm like, are you okay? Are you all right?
No, look, this is my daughter. I say it's freezing cold outside. It's a tank top. Yeah. And then when it's the opposite, I'm like, okay, it's burning up hot. You got on a hoodie and some shorts.
The reason why we're asking about the hoodies is because it's known that kids are packing guns in hoodies.
Right.
And some children. But you don't want to stereotype, but then again, you're like, okay, you got a hoodie on, you got your head covered up, your face covered up. What do you got to hide?
Like you finna fall out. Sanders, how do y'all deal with that? Because even us, when we be outside, like you in all black. Yeah. Even though they don't have none, because these kids just love. Some of y'all youngsters on here.
Yeah, the hoodies be fashionable, but
Well, it's like this. We watch everybody,
right?
And we cannot stereotype anybody because they got a hoodie on.
Right.
So I'm used to it. When you work around kids, I'm used to seeing them like that. I'm more worried about them backpacks, and I'm more worried about that's what especially when we have a big crowd, and if I see a whole bunch of them running around together in groups.
Right.
And that's when I start worrying. And I start looking at their movement, look like they're looking for somebody or getting ready to do something. That's when I start worrying about what's going on. But just seeing a kid in a hoodie, I look at the person for a little bit, see how their attitude is and see how their movement are. But if it don't look suspicious to me, I don't worry about it.
My niece worked in the bank. She said, when I worked at the bank, a hoodie in the summer is risky.
Yo,
with a laugh.
You better not walk in the bank with a hoodie.
Let me tell you something, Lieutenant Sanders. To be honest, I never think twice about when I see a backpack. I don't know what it is. Do you? I don't. When people when I see backpack, I think school. I don't even.
And
what are we missing?
Because I always have a backpack purse, and so I think I don't think about it. But
what's going on with the backpacks?
Because what's going on with the backpack? You can't see what's in it.
That's.
What I'm saying what's going on, like I'm saying, the Molly, when we out, I don't think we even assume anything. A hoodie when it's 100 degrees is risky to me. I don't think when I see a backpack, I'm not even thinking.
Yeah.
Like nothing. So
I
you say
it depends on the crowd.
Maybe so.
Yeah. Some people that hang around.
When you work in a football game or any kind of event, and you see kids walk around with backpacks, certain one, you be like, what's the need for the backpack out here?
Right. Yeah. I get you. Yeah. So I guess a purse is different. Yeah. So I got you.
All right. I've been hearing the music, man. We're gonna get off the backpack. We're gonna take a quick break. You know what, Damali, coming up. We're going to have to get into some meat and potatoes of a conversation regarding Evans Fenton.
Yeah.
We got the special guest for Franchelle Abdallah. She's actually going to be live here. I know y'all been waiting. Y'all keep texting. So y'all hold on for a minute. Yes. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back live. World One Development News you can use. KBOB 89.9 FM, Charles and Damali. We'll be back.
EduRec is a youth and family fun center located at 5424 North Madison Avenue in Tulsa, Oklahoma. At EduRec, we offer a host of activities for children and families of the Tulsa community at little to no cost. To find out about the many programs, activities, and services offered at EduRec, please visit our website, www.edurectulsa.com, or just give us a call at 918-430-3947.
KBOB 89.9 would like to say thank you to all of our listeners and sponsors who donate to help keep our media program alive, reaching the community. The Juice Radio Network continues to expand as influencers in the community of North Tulsa and beyond, but can't do that without your help. That's why it's important that we as a community continue to support the Juice Radio Show and keep 89.9 on the air. The community not only deserves this service, but needs this service. Let's continue to support the mission and giving a voice to the voiceless and donate to the Juice Radio Show. The Juice Radio Show is a nonprofit 501c3 powered by KBOB 89.9 and Eden Media Services, operating solely off the gifts, donations, and contributions made by listeners like yourself. All donations made to the Juice Radio Show are tax deductible and can be sent to 1216 North Lansing Avenue, Suite D, Tulsa, Oklahoma 74106.
It's Tulsa, Tulsa. I see you here in Tulsa. I'm in Tulsa chilling.
We appreciate your continued support and thanks for listening to KBOB 89.9 FM.
Hey. Janet is in the back, Charles in the front. No, hold on. KBOB 89.9 FM, World One Development News you can use, Charles and Damali, and we are back.
So in the studio, we have our favorite friend, one of our favorite friends,
Yes.
come to visit us today and just talk about an event that she's got coming up that we feel like you guys need to be in attendance at. So we have Miss Franchelle Abdallah
Yes, we
in
do.
the building. Yes, and she is going to tell you guys about some exciting stuff. But first of all, Franchelle, how are you
been?
doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me again. I know this is starting to feel like home.
I
It's
know,
starting
right?
to feel like home, very
getting a little more
comfortable.
comfortable. Yeah.
Like a family reunion. You know what I'm talking about?
Minus
Just
the
full on.
cornbread.
Right,
Minus the cornbread with the butter and honey on it.
Yes.
I need
Yeah.
to. We already been hungry because we was talking about the fair. So
Yeah,
Oh,
fair food.
yeah. So if you hear a stomach growl, don't worry about it. Don't be
Okay.
alarmed.
Yeah,
Okay.
We good.
yeah,
We
we
good.
good. So how's it going in the development world for you?
Things are busy.
Busy.
Surprisingly, they're busy. So been really blessed. Working on a number of projects. And so actually just came back from Nashville. We have a project on Studio Row.
what?
And so very excited about that potential project. Doing Rebuild Day 2 is getting ready to launch. And so that launches on
Ooh.
October 19th is the first day of classes. And then just doing a number of like local projects, right? Like how do we work with developers to do small infill developments? Working on a very exciting project that initially was trying to bring in an equity partner on, but have decided that this is an opportunity for community investment. And
Right.
so
Yeah.
we'll be talking more about that at the community forum. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, just busy.
Check
God
this
is
out.
good.
Check this
Kids
out,
good.
Molly. You know, we got so many people listening in, local, national, and international. They probably think this is a unicorn in here talking like that. Franchelle, give these people a little bit about who you are, where you from, what you do, because you just came in on them. They wasn't ready. They're like, Charles, wait, hold on.
Yes.
Tell them a little bit about yourself.
So originally from Omaha, Nebraska.
What?
Rep the O.
Yes. And
Gotta
I've
rep
been
the
there
O.
twice.
Bud,
and it's
Bud
a
Crawford
UT
land.
Yes.
Bud Crawford land. Knock them out.
Yes,
Okay.
come on. But from the Omaha, Nebraska, the O&E, I am a mom. I'm a real estate developer, and I run a small firm here called Be Good Development Partners. Lots of background in community development, economic development, but my passion and real love is real estate development. And so been doing that independently now for 3 years, but over 15 years under nonprofits and working for governments.
So there are Black people in Omaha?
See,
Don't do that.
No,
Don't
I ain't
do
no
that.
people that they
But I ain't gonna
text
lie
me.
though, sis. I was wondering the same thing.
You
The
were-
first time I went, I
but
was
you were
like,
shocked how we showed up, though.
I was.
I mean, we
Ooh,
every
you
year
showed
doing
up?
big things.
And
Yes.
doing big things.
Yes,
Yeah, they making it
yes.
happen in Omaha. Don't
We
sleep.
Are
on
you a
it.
Cornhusker fan?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. a
And an
Cornhusker.
alum.
And an alum?
Yes.
Back to back. That's good stuff. You see, I got to check. I got to get the background. But no, I'll say we've been to Omaha a couple
Yes.
times. And before we could get there, we seen a big sign that said Magic Johnson is here. I knew it was real, Damali.
Yeah.
I'm like, they got the Magic Man
Magic Man
down
is
here in
here.
Omaha. They ain't playing no game. A
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
great
Good work.
people down
Yes,
in Omaha.
doing a lot
so
of great work. A
we
lot
are-
of great community development is happening there.
Yes.
We were so blessed to be able to tour a lot, and and the one thing that they said is, oh, Franchelle did this. She had her hand in this, and she did this, and I'm like, okay, Franchelle, I see you. We got us a gym here in Tulsa because she was working in Omaha. you
Big
know,
major
so-
$1 million projects too.
$1
We
million
was like,
projects,
wow,
so,
okay. I'm like, see, Franchelle don't be telling us all. You know
I
the
know.
people that are
She's-
really
she's
humble.
So humble. Yeah.
Yeah. I asked her,
Oh, I
Franchelle,
just
what you
do
doing in
this little
Omaha?
business.
I do a little something. I do a little something. A little something. So this is a big
This is a
something.
big,
something.
yeah,
You
big
know,
development.
but nothing but love for Omaha. That's
Yes,
for sure.
absolutely.
Awesome.
So you have a community convening that's going to
Yes.
be coming up here pretty soon. Tell the people about this community convening, why it's important for people to come out and attend, and what they should expect when they're there.
Okay, so I would say that really this is an opportunity to hear from us,
Mhm.
kind of what happened with the Evans Fin 2 project.
Yes.
I know there were a lot of meetings. There was a convening that was pulled together. I was out of town.
Right.
And this is an opportunity for folks to ask questions.
Right.
You know, I know folks will say, well, she didn't have the capital to pull it off, or, she lost someone on her team, so all the capacity left, and that's what happened. And this is an opportunity for folks in community who voted us
Mhm.
to receive the award, and we actually won the award, to understand why it was taken.
Right.
And so I wanted an open forum, and really want to give a shout out to Council Hall Harper, because she made sure that this happened for community.
Sure.
She didn't want to leave it open-ended.
Mhm.
She wanted to make sure that we had an opportunity to speak directly to the concerns, to the issues, to the challenges. And while it hasn't been a perfect process, giving people a perfect understanding of really what unfolded over the course of the last 2 years. So
Right.
I would encourage people to come out if they're curious. I would encourage people to come out if they just have questions, or if they want to see the evidence as to what actually happened, because we're going to make sure that you can see the documents that we were working with, and you can speak to some of the team members that were a part of the project.
Yeah, and then I'll say one thing to add to it is World One Development. We headed up the engagement. So JB
Mhm.
Smooth,
Yeah.
all them nice videos. We was out there walking on the grass and walking through the building and all of that stuff. So I feel like that was a unique
Right.
process
Mhm.
as well.
You
And,
mean she's actually coming with facts?
Yes.
That's what it
Yes.
sounds like.
Yeah.
Then I can say
She got receipts. She got
just say
receipts.
about the meeting. The only thing about the meeting that threw most people off is you was not there, and the councilwoman was not even there. So how we having a meeting
Mhm.
about something going on in District 1 with a developer that got awarded to development, and they're not here to answer any of these questions. So it did leave a lot of questions, and a lot of times clarity is always good.
Yeah.
I want to do some quick shout outs because the people gonna be like, Charles ain't got no love for me. But quick shout out to Tori Tyson.
Hey,
We love
Tori.
your
Hey,
sister.
sis.
Shout out to your mom.
Hey, mommy.
She gave me some bread, so I had to get her. And K.E. Duncan, I think that's Carol with
Hey, hey.
rebuilding. She's in the
Come
building
on,
with us
Carl.
and all of that. And then she said, wasn't Malcolm X from Nebraska?
And
Yes, he was.
Yes.
The birthplace. of
Yes.
For real,
Malcolm
do the
X.
little glove thing. You remember
You
on the
know
movie
what?
when?
Ah!
I knew she could do
You
it.
know
I
they
knew
teach
she
that
could
in
do it.
school. That was pre.
You're
That
right.
was free. Okay, okay.
CRT.
Yeah, shout out.
She got gangster. didn't she?
Right.
You see it? The whole energy change. I'm
Right.
shaking. My bones start trembling a little bit. But we will say that the community does deserve to know kind of where the train went off the rails.
Mhm.
Because when you think about that process and the excitement and what was
Yeah.
going on in the presentations, it seemed fair. You're talking about a couple thousand people
Right.
overall coming out to see this thing. And then for it to be like, man, we here, it's in the papers in Tulsa World, it's ricocheting all over the US. And then all of a sudden they say, well, the train fell off the track. Well,
It
wait a
derailed.
minute.
Yeah.
How did the train derail?
And the fact that
Mhm.
all of those people came out and voiced what they wanted to see.
Mhm.
They took that back,
Mhm.
analyzed it, and chose her based off of people voicing their opinions about what they wanted to see in downtown.
And actually the requirements,
Yeah.
we wanted it to be a Black developer,
It had to be like that.
so I think that some of those things are the reason why there is distrust with the city. But at the same time, we still have got to understand that this is what happens when we start putting people in certain positions and we're not sure whether or not they can handle those positions. That's why it's important to vote. It is important to get out there and let your voices be heard, because those people that are in those positions, right, that can do something about when a faulty decision comes down that is contrary to what we initially talked about. There are folks in position that can come and say, okay, no, this is what we said, this is what's on paper, this is what we're going to do. But if they are not people who are for you or your particular side of town or what have you, then this is the result of that.
Let me add this in. So, Francia, how do you feel? Because people came out in droves.
Yeah.
I mean, we broke the Zoom link. I mean, all this was going on. And from the smoke, I'll say a champion emerged. You know, we done seen Emmitt Smith and all these tucks and business and attorneys, capital spec, and people was everywhere. But the community was speaking. For some reason, what you brought to the table is what the community said, this is what we want. So you pulled it off despite everybody else. So because there's so many people on listening, how do you feel about how the community showed up and that you was able to deliver what they wanted to see in North Tulsa?
Yeah, I can never say how grateful, how really eternally grateful I am to community for showing up and really showing out and sticking with the process. You know, sometimes these processes are meant to create time, right? Where it just slows down momentum and it shakes people out, right? Like we know in real estate development, time kills all deals.
Yes.
And so that kind of tactic has been used over and over with community, and for community to say, you know what, whether it's 2 months or 2 years, we're going to continue to come and show out and voice our concerns and say what we want. We're really grateful for that. And what I love about our team is that it's a community team. It's a local team. I mean, we really leverage national capacity to build local capacity. And so we wanted to ensure that folks from Tulsa, born and raised here, had an opportunity to shine on the project, right? Like the lead architect is a Tulsan.
Right.
The historic preservation consultant and architect, Tulsan. The development entity that I run is a Tulsa-based firm. I didn't run this firm in Omaha, right? I planted it here in Tulsa because of my commitment to be here. And then we think about the host of other engineering, all the folks that were involved are Tulsans. And so for us, it was about how do we represent what we've heard over the last decade, 2, 3, 4 decades about what community really wants and what, I think more importantly, what community deserves. And so we wanted to hear that, and we wanted to represent back to them exactly what they said in visual form with a project that was financially feasible and could ultimately be built. And that's why we won. I think hands down, community support was vital to our success. And then it was stacked with competence, right? Because what you couldn't shoot holes in was the fact that the team itself was highly competent, highly capable. And I was proud to lead that effort from 2021 to present.
Yes.
Damali, let me say this because you are homegrown. Been here all your some years. I'm getting better, right? Some years. You've been here for a little while. Been here for a little season on your fry. Let's say it like that. But when I think about these survivors, when I think about something like this, I feel with this being on the heels of the centennial, you know, just not that far removed from that 100-year commemoration situation. So Damali, the community, when they see a sister, she gets awarded this and all of that. And now it's doing something different. How does that feel from like a Tulsa born and raised here, like to go from a high to kind of what's going on now?
Well, I think it again creates the distrust in the city because, you know, it's like every time we think we have a win, then for some reason the pen comes out and you pop that balloon, you know, once again. And it's like, it feels like it's the continual sabotage of, you know, economic mobility for African Americans, period. And so when we come out and support, or when we come out and protest, or when we come out and say things, then it's like we're painted as these villainous individuals, when no, all we're saying is we just want our rightful place. You know, we had a bustling community once upon a time that no one else had control over. It was Black Wall Street. We have the blueprint of how we need to do what we need to do. We don't need folks lording over us, telling us how we need to function. We can do it just fine. Give us the opportunity to do that. But it's now that, there are so many hands and so many power plays that are being made in backroom deals, in cigar lounges, and all of that, that's taking place, that is taking our voice and snuffing us out. And that's the frustration. That is the frustration. Give us the project. Let us do it. If we can't, then you take over. Standing in the wings. Wait, go ahead and do what you do. But give us the opportunity. Don't snatch the rug up out from under us before we get the opportunity to do. That's what it feels like.
Wasn't that the attitude of a lot of people that came to the community and engagement sessions was that, please don't tell us this is going to be another one of y'all's. Y'all promise y'all not gonna do us like this no more, and then it happens again.
Which then now takes away the trust that you have in the next project,
because they pretty much
y'all know what
stood
I really
on their
to
toes and guaranteed, oh, this is not what they used to be.
Yeah,
look, I want to do this. I did that to build up the drama so we can be ready for Tuesday, because I knew if I just is gassed, and then you put a little match right there, so it's coming. So tell them what to be ready for on Tuesday, Franchelle, at the convening.
I would say be ready with real questions about how we can move a project forward that is equitable to the citizens of North Tulsa, descendant survivors, and frankly, Black Tulsans. To your point, Damali, the fact that we won is really, really important, right? Because even if there's an attempt to remove us from the project, what I know to be true is that in its next iteration, they're not going to be able to move forward without that being a requirement of it being a developer. And so I would encourage community to come and hold those entities' feet to the fire to ensure that it is a Black development. It is within the historic boundaries of Greenwood, and rightfully so belongs to the heirs and the descendants of that land. And so to continue pushing. So I would say come out and be ready to ask questions, be ready to actually see what happened. I'm not afraid of being asked tough questions. I want to be able to answer those because just as transparent as we were in the process, I want to be transparent with this as well. But I would say actively fight against erasure, right? That is one of the things that we try to showcase with the project, is that there is an active presence to erase the visibility, the voice, and the value associated with Black folks in Tulsa. And so be ready to fight against that. And then in the same way, I would say, be ready to think about new ways in which we can create our spaces, protect our spaces, promote spaces, right? Think about ways in which we as a development entity, our partners, and the folks that worked with us can continue to move the ball forward. Evans Fintube was a precursor to Greenwood Kirkpatrick Master Heights, right? And so if we're thinking about ways in which to equitably develop that, let's start talking about that now. Let's not leave it to small community convenings that have 10 people in a room discussing what happens with those 56 acres. Let's start talking about how as a community, you actually have the right to co-develop that land, receive the economic value collectively and independently with regards to its redevelopment. And the one thing that I hope people remember is we continue to speak trust into the atmosphere, right? I learned a long time ago, your words have power. And so by putting that language into the atmosphere, it has to take root. It has to become life, right? So think about a trust structure. A trust has a trustee, right? And it has a beneficiary. That land that was taken through eminent domain is held in municipal trust. But the beneficiary are the folks who were directly impacted by the taking of Black land through eminent domain and urban removal. And so why wait for your trustee to tell you what to do? You tell the trustee what to do and how to operate the trust as the beneficiary. And so what we're hoping is that folks see this as an opportunity to start articulating their rights to be able to not just plan Evans Fintube, but start planning Greenwood Kirkpatrick Heights, right? Stop letting it be Kirkpatrick Greenwood Heights. Start reclaiming that space as your own. It rightfully belongs to the descendant survivors, the heirs, and those who are local residents. And so making sure that that space is available for people to to begin talking to. And then we'll be providing resources as well. How can you start thinking about community development at a grassroots level?
Sure.
How can you begin inserting your voice in spaces where those rooms and doors are locked? And how can you begin thinking about ways in which to re-aggregate that land in a way that individually and collectively benefits folks in North Tulsa and Black people?
So tell everybody when the meeting is, where it's going to be located, and what time.
So it's going to be on Tuesday, October 10th. It'll be at 36th Street Event Center, or 36th Street North Event Center. And doors will open at 6 o'clock. And they will go until about 8. We still want to have, some decency and order.
Right.
But we want to make sure that folks get an opportunity to grab a bite to eeat, and we'll get right to work.
And it's going to be free food.
Yeah. I was going to say, Charles going to put that in there. Free food.
Right. Because of Charles. No, I'm just saying. It's going to be free. I just want to do a quick shout out to Narissa for joining the show. Aisha Peterson, a.k.a. Twinkie. Miss Barbara Benson. She said, hello, everyone. J. Cole, that recently moved to Seattle, Washington.
Yes.
My niece,
Hey.
Eric Doxson. That's my partner. He's in.
Hey, Eric.
Edith Daniels, she got the information because you just said that. Miss Carla Thomas over there at the bank.
Yeah.
Mid-first day. So we're going to take a real quick break. We got Eli Grayson. It was something else that happened. He's going to speak to that. We just trying to get this stuff back on the table to where it's supposed to be. Y'all hang on. We're going to go a little bit deeper. KBOB 89.9 FM. Charles Harper, Damali Wilson, news you can use. We'll be right back, y'all.
Put your picture in my mirror. Start to blush when somebody says your name. In my stomach, there's a pain. I see you walk in my direction, I go the other way. Huh? I start to stutter when I speak. Try to stand on my knees. You go weak. In the dark, can you tell me what it means? Huh? I lay my head on my pillow. I'm staring. I'm looking. I'm staring out the window. I wish on a star for a sign.
Mic check. Hey, KBOB 89.9 FM. World One Development News you can use. JD Smooth turned me up like I'm a DJ. I'm going to start doing the cabinet check. I'm like, turn me back down. Don't turn me up.
Up or down? You want it up or down?
Down a little bit. He got me like Tony Mason. Tony
I know, right?
I'm not. Yeah. Okay, Damali, who we got on?
All right, so we have a special caller. He is another person that is near and dear to KBOB family, as well as World One Development's news you can use. We have Mr. Eli Grayson on the line, who is going to tell us a little bit about a ruling that actually took place here in Oklahoma. And I'll let him go ahead and give you the information. Eli, how are you?
I'm good. I only have a few minutes.
Okay. Well, go ahead and give your spiel.
Okay, so what happened last week, the Muskogee Creek Nation District Court, which is their lower court, they have a two-court system, a district court and then a Supreme Court.
Right.
But the district court ruled in favor of the descendants of Creek freedmen that they have their rights found in the 1866 treaty. Article 2 is actually still intact and still valid.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a big deal. They've been waiting on a decision like this since 1979.
Wow.
So it's a major deal. The court also married the McGirt decision, which was from the U.S. Supreme Court, to this freedmen issue found in Article 2. McGirt decision is based on Article 3 of the same treaty. So the judge basically said the tribe could not praise and celebrate Article 3, which deals with the reservation status of the Creek Nation, without acknowledging and honoring and following Article 2.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, that's how the Creek Freedmen actually won. It was based really not just on the judge's opinion in the district court, but on what the U.S. Supreme Court said about the 1866 treaty, that it was still intact.
So how does this impact? So I actually saw that there were some folks who were actually getting their getting enrolled on, and getting their card.
Well, not really. They went up there to see the judge ruling said that the citizenship board was to reconsider their application.
Okay.
Right.
So they went up there to actually have the citizenship board reconsider their application. They were not actually getting enrolled.
Gotcha.
And that was last Friday, I believe. And on Monday morning, the citizenship board attorney, which is the Attorney General of the Creek Nation, filed an appeal and a stay to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court agreed on the stay. So at this point, nothing's happening until the Supreme Court actually hears the case.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're back in court again, but they won this big first round, which is a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So once it goes to the Supreme Court, the Supreme Court then would have to determine is their treaty valid or is it not valid?
Right.
Because of the way the judge wrote her opinion, either all the treaty is valid or none of the treaty is valid.
Right.
You can't pick and choose like you have a smorgasbord.
Gotcha.
Right. So, Eli, to pull this down, basically, for the first time in 40 years, Creek Freemen and their descendants, regardless of their bloodline status, shall have and enjoy all the rights and privileges of native citizens of the Muskogee Creek Nation. Is that accurate?
Yeah, and that's you're using part of the language of the treaty. That's true, but more so than that, the Freemen are the only people mentioned in the treaty. The Indians are not mentioned in the treaty. The tribal government is, and then one particular class of people, and they were the people of African descent that they held enslaved.
Mm-hmm.
They're the only people given rights. They were not to be enslaved. They were to be made citizens. They were to be given an equal interest in the soil and an equal interest in the national funds. And if you want to modernize that into today's language, that means they own an equal share of everything that the Creek Nation owns,
You heard me.
including the casinos.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to the casino to get my share.
That is deep. Eli, that is Eli. So I saw immediately on the news that it's going to be appealed.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that?
Yeah, it was appealed.
It was already appealed.
Yeah,
So what
Monday.
does that mean in the interim?
That means nothing happens until the Supreme Court meets, or they may not meet. They may just revert it back to the district court and say the district court ruling stands,
Mm-hmm.
or they may have a trial.
Mm-hmm.
But until then, the Creek Freedman status is still up in limbo.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. But, let me tell you guys something. We talk about McGirt. McGirt is really important because, the tribe and the state have put out, it's all about jurisdictions over criminals within the tribe's reservation, all of that. Now, that is the hype that's out there. What's really going on, and this is the big secret, the word reservation means a lot. Before the McGirt decision, the Creek Nation didn't think they have a reservation. The Cherokee Nation didn't think they had a reservation. They thought that ended upon statehood.
Right.
But the judges of the U.S. Supreme Court said, no, you still have a reservation. That's what McGirt is all about. Mm-hmm. Congress never did away with your reservation. You still have that. Wow. Now, why that's really as important is found in the Indian Gaming Act. Tribes with reservations can open up casinos anywhere in their reservations on land they own without federal permission.
Wow.
That's what this is about. So basically, if you were a tribe without a reservation, you would usually have to go to a land to trust process, which could take 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, the Creek Nation and the rest of these tribes, 5 tribes, are in a situation they don't have to do that anymore. Mm-hmm. They can own land downtown Tulsa and open up a casino. And it's nobody's business but theirs. Mm-hmm. So you got a court now at the Creek Nation who either is going to say McGirt is law, the treaty is valid, the Article 2 and 3, they're both the same, mm-hmm. they're valid, and let's enroll black people and let's move on. Mm-hmm. Or you're gonna put out there that no, Article 2 isn't valid, That means that the state, Governor Stitt, can argue back in court and say the Creek Nation doesn't even believe in their treaty.
Wow.
Yeah. So we'll
So I
definitely.
know it's a lot to dump, but that's what's happening.
Yes. Well, Eli, we appreciate you for coming on and clearing that up. And I think we probably need to have a show that's just dedicated to this so that people, we can talk in more detail and people can ask questions and, do all of that. But I appreciate you for hopping on really quick to just let us know and keeping us informed.
Well, let me just say this real quick because
Okay.
you were just talking about that land up there that's vacant and all of that, and it's in trust and blah, 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 which is important. But I can guarantee you, within 5 years, there's going to be a couple of casinos up there. That's my prediction.
Wow. Wow, Eli, tell the people when your
Drop
show
the
is.
bomb.
Eli, you part of the KBOB family. Tell people when your show is when people can tune in.
It's each Tuesday from 1 to 2, African and Indians Table Talk.
Yeah,
Just like that.
and I think the majority of what he's talking about is Africans being able to have the rights to Native Americans have, because there's no doubt that the Native Americans have the rights,
Right.
but the Black freedmen, the people that came up with the Indians.
Let me correct something there, brother. Anybody who is a citizen of one of the tribes is a legal Indian.
Okay.
Legal Indian doesn't mean race. It means anybody who's a citizen of a federally recognized tribe is a Indian. Once the Creek freedmen are enrolled, they are Indians.
Right.
Period. The Cherokee freedmen descendants, who are now Cherokee, are Indians. The white governor of the 7th of Oklahoma
is Indian.
Is a Indian.
Cherokee.
He's a citizen of the Cherokee Nation.
Yeah.
All right, Eli. Here in a couple of weeks, we're gonna have you on. We're gonna let you run, man. We love you. We appreciate you.
Eli's gonna drop a line on you
around here, man. That's the one, the only, the historian, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Eli Grayson. Love you, man.
Thank you,
Have
brother.
a good day. Come on, Franchelle. You are a special guest today. Come unpack some. Tell us how they hit you, because you were just talking about land trust and some of that. So you wrote some notes down. What's going on?
I mean, I love Eli. I mean,
Yes.
just full of information and knowledge. And sometimes you can see a thing, right? And you can hear a thing, but not know how it makes sense.
Yes.
And what Eli said in terms of the land that has to be reverted back to the last, owners or heirs of the previous owners of that land is really important, right? Because we're going to talk about how do you disseminate land? How do you hold land? How do you manage and steward land, right? And many times we have an entity that controls that. So they think that their voice is the voice of power and authority and ultimately ownership.
Right.
But we know that's not true, right? Statutorily, that land has to revert back. It was never redeveloped for the purposes in which it was aggregated to begin with, right? Which was the university campus system that fell apart and the creation of the interstate. Now that those 56 acres have to revert back, we're talking as if the entity has the right to dictate what happens to it. But can you imagine if a community entity that was community led and born, not under the auspices and governance of the municipality, but of its own citizens, had the ability to govern that land and determine, okay, maybe we want to hold 3 acres in trust. Maybe we want to land lease 10 acres to the nation to be able to erect a casino where individuals now get the right to be able to receive compensation and financial benefit, right? Collectively, that money could go into trust to operate a trust. There's so many things that can happen. And that's why I love development, right? Because it gives us an opportunity to steward over something that produces wealth into the future.
Yes.
Right.
And so when we start to have conversations about Evans Fintu, while that's important, I want people really just to think about their collective power. If they could vote us in to be able to win that award in May of 2022,
that part,
they could vote themselves in to be able to govern land that's currently under
Yes.
the authority of the municipality and the economic development
yes,
entity.
absolutely.
All right, Damali, I got to let you go ahead and do a little debrief. What did you feel about hearing that from Eli? Because that's pretty deep.
Well, I think that we all need to, like what Franchelle is saying, it's education is going to be key.
Right.
We need to understand, because it's always been that we are told what to do. And because we don't operate in these spaces, then we just believe that what we're told is so. And so we've got to understand that, no, we do have power, and that, we have to come together with our collective power so that we can win back and get back what is rightfully ours in the first place.
Absolutely.
And that way now we are operating from a place where we are receiving generational wealth for the thing that we already had. This was our stuff to begin with.
Right.
You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? And so now we need to figure out how we can now pass this on from generation to generation, that it's here for us to benefit from versus someone else benefiting from what we have.
All right, let me do some quick shout outs real quick to Miss Linda Jenkins. Welcome to the
Hey,
show.
Linda.
Miss Nicole Travis, welcome
Hey,
to the show.
Nicole.
Timothy Smallwood is
Hey,
watching as
Tim.
well. Man, we went deep right there. Eli, appreciate it.
Thank you so
Franchelle,
much.
hang around because we ain't got that much longer.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break. We got some Hump Day hot topics coming up. This is KBOB 89.9 FM, World One Development. News you can use. Charles and Damali. We'll be right back, y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The all new KBOB 89.9 FM, Black on Black Community Radio.
And now it's time for the Hump Day Hot Topics with Charles and Damali.
hey, guess what day it is? Hump Day! Hump Day! It's Hump Day!
Hey, Mike.
What day it is?
It's the Hump Day Hot Topics on news you can use.
Mike.
Hey, we back. Man, Damali, let's jump into these Hump Day hot topics. What we got first?
So I don't know if you guys have heard this, but rapper Tupac Shakur's murderer was arrested last week, 27 years after his death.
They're going to see if JB going to give us some music. It
Ain't
would
no
make it so
secret.
much better.
He said it ain't no
Look at it.
secret,
Give us a little music, JB Smooth. We trying to get us to cash him out, man.
right?
Yeah, man. Tupac's murderer got arrested.
Yes.
He's been on the internet bragging about it for the last 20 years.
Exactly. So
Silly rabbit.
yes. I mean, so there's new video, which I don't understand why we're having new video. I mean, why didn't we have this video before? 27 years ago when this happened, but okay. So it's been reported that Dwayne Keefe D. Davis was arrested last week and charged with the murder of Tupac, even though he's been publicly saying that he wasn't the actual trigger man,
Right.
but instead he handed the gun to others in the car. Well, even with saying that, Clark County officials have explained that someone who aids and abets in a murder, as they are alleging Keefe D did here, he can be charged with murder itself.
He in the car.
Yeah. And there is no statute of limitations
On
in
murder.
Nevada, in Nevada for murder.
Ain't no statute of limitations on murder anywhere.
Yeah.
Let's do this. That's why I'm glad today is the police report. Lieutenant DeLon Sanders, when you hear this, what are your thoughts about Shakur murderer finally being found in all of this? What's your thoughts on it?
I believe that they could arrest him a long time ago.
Mhm.
Right.
And I think it's a good thing. Because one thing you need to know is for anybody,
Right.
you think you commit a crime and years down the line you think you can get away with it.
Mhm.
When once we get enough evidence to go ahead and make an arrest, you will get arrested for it.
Mm.
No, even though everybody else has already passed away and you don't want to live it, you're going to take responsibilities for everybody else.
AKA, you still gonna get them handcuffs,
Yes.
baby.
In this
There
case,
you go.
in this case, it was the guy been going around saying he was in the car. Yeah, I was in the car when Tupac got shot, but I didn't kill him. And that's, they finally went and raided his house and got enough evidence, I guess, to charge him.
Mhm.
22 years later. Yeah, he was
27.
the leader of the Crips,
Yeah.
running with Orlando Anderson, who was apparently the gunman that killed Tupac. It's a huge development.
Yeah.
But he was all over the blogs telling on himself. So
Yeah.
that shows you how powerful the internet is now. You can incriminate yourself on the internet and
Real
everybody's
fast.
watching.
Mhm.
They solving crimes on the internet all day long because people
Uh,
Snapchat and going live.
Exactly.
And
And why would you do that?
Franchelle, let's slow down for a minute.
Yes.
for the people that may not know, because this was before some of these young people time. When you hear Tupac Shakur, not you now, some of the young folks. When you hear Tupac Shakur, how does that hit you though?
I mean, like the voice of a generation. He was
Legend.
everything, right?
Yes.
I mean, Afeni Shakur,
Yes.
Black Panther.
Yes.
It was like, it was everything.
Yeah.
Okay, instead of me singing I Get Around, I'm just gonna say, Damali, what you think when you Tupac now?
Me
come
against the world.
Come on.
Come
Me
on.
against the world,
Don't play
baby.
with me.
Come
Don't
on.
play with me. Yes.
Man, we don't have it these days that I know of that you can pop in a CD. People don't hardly listen to CDs, but you can
What
put
is a
Tupac
CD?
in.
Right.
Man, and he
ride.
transcends.
He gonna take you all the way to another state,
Yes.
bring you back.
Yes.
He gonna make you respect your mama,
Yeah.
respect your baby mama.
Right.
These people don't know. I wish Tupac was around these days,
Yeah.
man, to talk to some of these young rappers out here that's trying to rap, saying the same thing
He's a
over and over
genius.
again. But
Yeah, he was
Tupac to me is he's one of my favorite of all time. If
My
not
number
favorite.
one favorite. Listen, I done rolled from Oklahoma to LA,
Come on.
listening to nothing but pop. Do you hear me?
With some Lokes on with a bandana
Not
on.
playing the game.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm gonna stop you.
Not playing the game.
It's tough. People are figuring out who the best rapper is, and a lot of people will narrow it down to Tupac because of his lyrics and how true the stuff. Not only true, he was really living it, and I mean his storytelling ability was
Yes.
it was just man,
Unmatched.
something special.
Unmatched.
Unmatched.
Yes, absolutely.
Ernest Lynch on here, he said he did it and he's going to jail. And based on what Lieutenant DeLorean Sanders says,
You're
yes,
right.
he is.
Yes.
All right, what we got next?
All right. So England they're now banning cell phones from schools, and they've actually been doing this for a little while. They're just a flat out ban, period. Don't bring
No
your
cell
cell phone because we're not having it. Their education secretary announced an upcoming guidance for the Department of Education that recommends school principals prohibit phone use during the classroom time and free time throughout the school day. He said the aim is to support the wider work and to raise the standard in schools by increasing students' focus and reducing their distractions. He said that they found that 29% of secondary students are using their cell phones in most of their classes. Now, they did a survey in the United States. 77% of American schools have implemented a phone ban when it really should be 100%, because most of the kids, 97% of kids ages 11 to 17 report that they are using their phones every day in school all day.
Man, that is something right there,
Mm-hmm.
Damali. I agree because it's like the functioning levels in reading and math is dropping
Yes.
like a hot kite.
Yeah.
But are they using the phones to actually help
No.
them research information?
No, they're
'Cause
surfing,
the
they're
internet
on
is
social
powerful.
media. No, so now we got kids.
They on Facebook.
Now you know good and doggone well
Instagram.
if you give your
They on
kids a
Snapchat,
phone, they
TikTok.
on Snapchat, TikTok. They ain't doing what they supposed to be doing.
You know what I think happened? What I think has happened, they have stolen our ideal of unplugged summer camp.
Right, there you go.
Direct Youth and Family Fun Center. We've been doing that for 12 years now. You see how that's how brothers do, huh?
This is what experts say. They say that all children deserve schools that will help them learn, cultivate deep friendships, and develop into mentally healthy young adults.
Right.
All children deserve phone-free schools. They're also saying that Gen Z were the guinea pigs who proved that allowing phones in school hurt lessons learning and friendly and memory forming.
Mm-hmm.
When you think about, because we all have kids, when you think about kids and cell phones in school, what are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely not.
No phones.
No phones.
Yeah.
And my little ones will ask, well, our friends have phones. I'm like, you're 9. Who are you calling in the middle of the day?
Yeah, and you're there with them.
They're like, well, if there's an emergency, I'm like, the principal, the nurse, the
They know how to call
secretary,
me.
someone is going to get a hold of us, and we have email. Thanks. Don't try
What
it.
about
Absolutely
geofencing?
not.
Like you can do geofencing for certain apps that kids need for help with their homework, with their lessons.
Listen,
Absolutely.
they have
Calculator.
iPads,
Learn about
they
fencing.
have
Calculator,
tablets.
Damali.
No.
You in school
A
with teachers.
calculator is needed.
They have iPads and tablets and all of that. You don't need your
No,
phone.
I'm
that
just
you
saying-
You have a
personalize.
library.
No, but I'm
Yeah.
saying you in school with the teacher.
A laptop.
What are you talking about? I'm trying to download an app to teach me. I'm your teacher.
Yeah,
What are
I'm
you
your
talking about?
Yes.
Lieutenant DeLorean Sanders, you do a lot, especially at McLean. You deal with schools. When you hear something about these cell phones, and what are your thoughts on that?
I'm just wondering how you're going to take them. But these kids will fight you with themselves.
They
They will. You right.
Oh man,
they
right.
will.
They,
he
yeah.
didn't say they'll fight you.
Well, fight
They
you.
will.
Oh, and fight you for real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then
So
be like,
that's-
call my
Speaking
mama.
to the
Yeah.
attention, distraction.
They-
that it is.
Exactly.
You're going to have to, I don't know how the school's going to do it.
Mhm.
I mean, unless you just check them in at the,
Mhm.
as they walk in, like you check on everything else. Everybody put their cell phone in this box. You come back and get them.
At the end of the day.
At end of the day, and that's the
But
only way you're going to do it.
And here's the ticket. If
And
you
some
don't think
kids don't go
they'll,
to school with
if
that.
you don't think they'll fight a teacher, they'll fight their mom and daddy.
Mhm.
Let mom and daddy, they energy will change.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
I need that phone.
Yeah.
They're like, ooh, you lucky.
Phone
I ain't
jammers.
upsize to destroy you.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
They need to bring cell phone jammers
Right?
back.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Cell phone jammers. That's what you need.
I wish
French
a
Shell
kid
is funny.
would.
Yes.
I wish a kid would.
what y'all think
Swell
about
up.
that,
Not
man?
playing with you.
Like,
Yeah.
Okay, that's
all of these
good.
shots
So-
swollen up.
All right. Black history trivia question.
Oh, let's say who got to read it one more time for the people that's
Listen,
on.
my mama said don't pay their bill. Just don't pay their cell phone
Man,
bill.
that's
And now you ain't got to worry about it.
on.
Good
That's
job,
right.
mama.
That's right.
All right. Black history trivia question. Here we go. Who was the first black gymnast to win the individual all around in the 2012 London Olympics?
Get ready, French Shell. We coming
Was
to you
it
first.
A, Shalise Jones, B, Simone Biles, C, Dominique Dawes, or D, Gabby Douglas? You get, come on, Franchelle. Who you
I'm
got?
2012. I'm gonna say Dominique Dawes.
Okay. What you got?
I was gonna
Gabby
say-
Douglas. Okay.
Ooh.
And the answer is.
Hold on,
Hey.
there's somebody else on the line.
Who else? Who else got something?
The answer is A.
Teresa said D.
Shalise Jones.
Teresa. Okay. D.
Gabby. Okay.
And if you said D, you would be correct. It is Gabby Douglas.
Gabby Douglas. I remember that.
Gabrielle Christina Victoria Douglas.
Ooh.
Come on.
That's her
She
government
got a
name.
name for
Okay.
her grandma, her grandpa,
Right.
mom. Everybody got a
Everybody
name.
got a
Right.
piece.
What's her name again?
Gabrielle Christina Victoria Douglas
MC Shadi. That's the last part of it.
is
Gabby Douglas.
is an American artistic gymnast. She is the 2012 Olympic all-around champion and the 2015 World all-around silver medalist.
Just like that. So Tracy Manning Gibbs got it right. Teresa, I know AJ,
AJ,
down at the J Bone
yeah.
So
Lounge.
it wasn't
I got it
Linda,
right.
Miss
It was
Linda,
Shalise.
got it right.
Our
Yeah.
super special guest
No, it was not.
for the
A.
police report,
Wow.
Lieutenant Sanders got it
Yeah.
right.
Yes.
I remember Gally.
No.
I just remember that time.
Yeah.
So,
Me too.
Yeah. All right. Upcoming events.
y'all get y'all pen and pad out, y'all. Hang with us. We finna run through it real quick.
Real quick. So, Uganda Missions, if you would like to sponsor a child's education for one school year, consider making a donation to World One Development in the amount of $250. If you would like to donate, please do so on our website at worldonedevelopment.com/Uganda-missions. Rebuilding Black Wall Street,
Yes.
episode 2.
Going down.
It's going to be happening. It's called The Family House. It's going to air on Friday, October the 6th at 8 o'clock p.m. It is the story of Rachel Walker as she preserves a home passed down to her through the generations. So this would be the family of the Farleys. Farley's Cleaners back in the day.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you guys
Back in the
know
day.
that. Yeah.
Yay.
So this is that family. So make sure you guys tune in. Remember, numbers are key.
Everything.
So we need to make sure that we
Can't you
have
set
those
your
numbers.
DVR like right now?
Yeah, I said mine.
If y'all listening to this, just go ahead and set your DVR for this
just
Friday
record all
at
this-
8
all this.
p.m.
Yeah.
Just set it for all of them. Set it on your phone. Put it on your iPad because here's the ticket. We have a successful season 1. We can have a season 2, 3, 4, 5, and keep rolling out these amazing companies and organizations doing great work on Greenwood.
Absolutely. Black History Saturdays is going to be happening October the 7th from 9 o'clock a.m. until 2:30 p.m. at Edgerec Youth and Family Fun Center located at 5424 North Madison Avenue. Dr. Alicia Odewale, who is a Black archaeologist, will be on site with human bones to be studied.
You just scared me right there. I'm scared now. Bone, what human bone?
Yes.
Don't y'all
She's
don't
going to
trip.
have real artifacts and other surprises. There's going to be white coats that passed out.
For the kids.
Yes. So National Geographic is actually going to be at the facility.
Hold on,
Take-
French Shell.
Yes.
Now I know you're a developer and you do high level stuff, but you have been a part of Black History Saturdays. Speak to the people that haven't been there just for a quick second.
Oh, you want to come? It was a great time. I learned so much, and it was totally unexpected what they
Right.
went over. I mean, Christy does an incredible job with the program.
Right.
So, and the kids loved it. So I
Yeah.
would encourage folks just to come out. It was like a really great family Saturday.
Y'all better come on out.
So make sure you come on in. National Geographic, like we said, is going to be there. They're going to be taking photos. They're going to be doing videos. And this is going to be featured in National Geographic.
Yeah, they
So
on hand.
this is a big deal.
National Geographic gonna be in North Tulsa. See, 56th Street North and Peoria is as far as you can go north. And National Geographic is setting up shop this Saturday. Tell me great things are not happening in North Tulsa. Now, I'm there for Chef Hayes now because he's doing the fresh food, breakfast, and lunch. So I will be in the kitchen if you can't find me. I'm getting that food.
All right. Evans FinTube Community Convening is going to be happening October the 10th at the 36th Street North Event Center, located at 1125 East 36th Street North. It's going to be from 6 o'clock p.m. until 8 o'clock p.m. Food is going to be available. And at this event, you're going to learn the truths about the project and ask questions of the partners.
Just like that.
All right. Oasis Fresh Market will be hosting its Halloween trunk or treat outreach. It's going to be happening October 21st at 12 o'clock noon at Oasis Fresh Market, located at 1725 North Peoria. Again, there's going to be food.
Yes.
Fun and giveaways. There's going to be music and activities. So make sure you come on by.
Shout out to AJ and his team over there at Oasis Fresh Market. Make sure you continue to go over there and get your groceries. I'll be getting that watermelon.
Oasis. Okay. Pastor Michael Todd.
Yes, I
Pastor
heard.
over at Transformation Church has a new book out.
It's out?
It is out.
Yes.
It is called Damaged But Not Destroyed: From Trauma to Triumph.
Man, that sounds like all of us. Look, we at least got pushed off a bike and got scuffed up,
Right.
You know, but what's the name one more time?
It is Damaged But Not Destroyed:
Damaged.
From Trauma to Triumph.
Ooh, you know what? I seen him in New York yesterday riding around in the van. I didn't know. I thought it was him and P. Diddy. I didn't know what was going
Right.
on.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get the book. You gonna
Yes.
get the book?
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, his first, the first book I saw, he was like bestseller.
Yes.
Shout out to him. Come on, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yes,
Bestseller.
good job.
Right
good
here
job.
from T-Town.
Yeah, so we want to make sure that we're supporting, you know, and make sure that this is our own. These are our own people. You know, let's make sure that we're supporting them. There is going to be a free. Free.
No. Hold on. No. Hold on, fresh air. I know what happened. JB dropped that beat. I can see out of my peripheral. I'm like, is she see walking under the table? See, I can see. Y'all can't see. That beat drop. Tupac was in there. She just, I'm like, oh, you see that? That's why you can't read no more.
Right.
In a spirit.
Right.
Let me
In a
start moving.
spirit. That's what I'm saying. Let me
Y'all
get
on the
it
live.
together.
Y'all laugh at the Molly. They're down here sea walking. Boy, the gangsters come out, boy. Come on.
All right, so we're going to have a free flu vaccine clinic that's
All
going to
right.
be open to all ages. It's happening October 22nd from 11 o'clock a.m. until 3 o'clock p.m. or while supplies last. It's going to be at the St. Monica Catholic Church in their parish hall, located at 633 East Marshall Place. So for more information, you can go to their webpage. This is sponsored by the Eastern Oklahoma Black Nurses Association, and you can go to their webpage, which is eobna.org, to get more information. But that's October 22nd, free flu vaccine clinic.
Are you going to get the flu vaccine?
No.
Why?
I never get the flu vaccine. I did that
You getting
one
it,
year
Lieutenant
and got
Sanders?
sick, and I was like, I'm over it.
I get it in my job.
First responder.
Yeah, first responders. Yeah, y'all. Yeah, you're not in there. No. What about you, JB?
We ain't taking no jabs.
Look,
on no jabs.
Fresh air says she's going to block her with her development hat.
No.
In the name.
Give it in there.
Yes.
But my thought is for the people that got vaccinated or you taking that boosters and stuff, that it serves really no purpose to get that if you got that.
Right.
I don't know,
True.
but next
We're
week
going to ask Dr.
it's a
Parker.
medical report.
I know what he's
We'll
going to
talk
say.
about
He's going to
that.
say, take the shot.
I know.
All right, birthdays. October the 5th, my little big brother is having a birthday, and Cordero Booker is having a birthday.
Happy birthday, brothers.
October 7th, Dr. Alicia Odawale
What? The
is
same
having
day?
a birthday.
I love it.
And October the 8th, my grandson, number one grandson, Brayon Penny, is having his 19th birthday.
Shout out to little
19,
Penny.
maybe 20. I don't know. 19, 20. I don't know. I can't keep up with my own age.
You down there sea walking. That's the problem. I'm still looking.
Stop it.
Get it together.
Okay, don't forget, you can hit us up on all of our social media platforms. That is World One Development, 36th Street North Event Center, Edgerec Youth and Family Fun Center, or Fitting Back In Prison Reentry.
Just like that. Lieutenant Sanders, before we get out of here, man, leave something with the people.
everybody be safe going to the fair and just watch your back.
And don't be sea walking at the
Watch your
fair.
back. Don't be doing that. Franchelle Abdallah, leave the people with something.
Oh, love your city and be good.
Oh, I like that.
Michael said that Felicia's birthday is Tuesday, October 10th. So, Michael,
Really? Happy birthday, Felicia.
We're going to meet her at the convenience and we're going to give her something at 6 o'clock.
So y'all come on over.
Come on out. I'm just saying, happy birthday. Damali, get ready to get out of here. Great show. What's up? Any final thoughts?
Final thoughts. You guys, we've got to be more community involved. So make sure that you're getting out, you're coming to these community convenings, that you are participating in anything that has to do with community, because this affects our kids and our grandkids.
Yes, just like that. And the city councilwoman will be there. Yes. Franchelle Abdallah will be there and her team, or some of her team. We gonna be there. Food gonna be there. Let's get out here and figure out how to get this thing right. JB Smooth, good job, man. Any final thoughts with your local song?
If you would like to promote or advertise your business or event on the show, inbox us on Facebook at World One Development. And this has been World One Development's news you can use with your hosts, Mr. Charles Harper and Ms. Damali Wilson. Y'all make some noise, boy! Y'all have a good one. Thoughts and opinions expressed on this program belong solely to the host and their guests, not necessarily to the station, organization, or committee, or group, or individuals associated with KBOB 89.9 E Media Services. Y'all have a great day. We'll see y'all next week with the Medical Report.
We're out.